Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narotamam
Naram Chaiva Narotamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudirayet
Tato Jayam Udirayet
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati Uttam Ashloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki
Bhaktir Bhaktir Naistiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 Chapter 13 Verse 24 Agnir Nishrutshto Datascha
Agnir Datascha
Garodarascha Dushita
Garodarascha Dushita
Khritam Kshetram Dhanam Yesham
Hritam Chetram Dhanam Yesham
Taddathair Asubhikhyat
Tat Datai Ashubhi Kiyat
Agnirnish Rushto Datascha
Agnir Trishto Datascha
Garodharascha Dushita
Garodarascha Dushita
Khritam Kshetram Dhanam Yesham
Hritam Chetram Dhanam Yesham
Taddathair Asubhikhyat
Tat Datai Ashubhi Kiyat.
Priti Rupini
Agnirnishrato datascha
Agnirnirtrishto
Agnirnishrushto
datascha
Datascha
garodarascha dushita
Garodarascha
Garodarascha
Dushita
Dushita
kritam kshetram dhanam yesham
Khritam
Dhritam
Kshetram
Kshetram
Dhanam
Dhanam
Yesham
Yesham
taddattair ashubhikiyat.
Taddathair Asubhikhyat. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charnarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Synonyms: Agni, fire.
Agni, fire.
Nisrushta, set.
Nishtritha, set.
Datta, given.
Datta, given.
Cha, and.
Cha, and.
Ghara, poison.
Gara poison.
Son.
Dhara, married wife.
Dhara, married wife.
Cha, and.
Cha, and.
Dushita, insulted.
Dushita, insulted.
Khritam, usurped.
Hritam, usurped.
Kshetram, kingdom.
Kshetram, kingdom.
Dhanam, wealth.
Dhanam, wealth.
Yesham, of those.
Yesham, of those.
Tat, there.
Tat, there.
Tatthai, given by.
Dattai, given by.
Asubhi, subsisting.
Ashubhi, subsisting.
Kiyat is unnecessary.
Kiyat is unnecessary.
Translation, please repeat after me. There is no need to live a degraded life.
There is
There
no
is no need to live a degraded life
and subsist on the charity of those whom you tried to kill by arson and poisoning.
and subsist
and
on the
subsist
charity
on
of
the
those
charity of
whom you
those
tried to
whom
kill by
you
arson.
tried to kill by arson and poisoning.
You also insulted their married wife and usurped their kingdom and wealth.
You
You
also
also
insulted
insulted
married
their
wife
married wife
and
and
their kingdom
usurped
and
their
wealth.
kingdom and wealth.
Purport.
Purport: the system of Varnashram religion sets aside a part of one's life completely for the purpose of self-realization and attainment of salvation in the human form of life. That is a routine division of life, but persons like Dhritarashtra, even at their very ripened age, want to stay home even in a degraded condition of accepting charity from enemy. Vidur wanted to point this out and impressed upon him that it was better to die like his sons than accept such humiliating charity. 5,000 years ago, there was one Dhritarashtra, but at the present moment, there are Dhritarashtra in every home. Politicians especially do not retire from political activity unless they are dragged by the cruel hand of death or killed by some opposing element. To stick to family life to the end of one's human life is the grossest type of degradation, and there is an absolute need for the Viduraj to educate such Dhritarashtra even at the present moment.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Sri Mate Jaya Pathaka Swamin Niti Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nithaya Kripa Prada Nagaura-katha dhamataya nagara-grama-dharine Namah Vishnu-padaya Krishna-prasthaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti-vedanta Swamin-niti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadhe Paschatyadesatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karudi Vachalam Pangulang Gaite Girimet Kirpatamamande Sri Gurun Denatharinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Meshwaram. This is a very beautiful purport by Srila Prabhupada. He says in every home there is Dhritarashtra. That means actually in Dwapara Yuga where Varnashrama Dharma was there, Varnashrama Dharma's ultimate objective is in the human form of life to adapt to that particular Dharma and ashramas and attain salvation at the end of their life so that at least they can be, not entangled in the repeated birth and death, if not getting into Bhakti Yoga. But somehow or the other, in the Dwapara Yuga itself, we are seeing Dhritarashtra, he didn't leave home. after at his old age, handing over the kingdom to next heir. He didn't do that. And we saw in the pages of Bhagavatam, every exalted personality, including Manu, like Swayambhuva Manu, everybody at the age of around 60, they renounced and they hand over everything to their son, and they left to the forest in order to practice bhakti. We have Maharaja Bharat, we have Swayambhuva Manu, we have Priyavrata, we have Agnidra, we have a list of kings. Even we have Yudhishthira, we have, Parikshit, everybody. When they are growing old, Parikshit, even in the young age, handed over the kingdom to their son, and then they left home to the forest in order to perform devotional service. Okay, that's the history of the kings, royal dynasty. And that is the reason Bhagavad Gita, like wonderful, most confidential scriptures, are entrusted to those exalted personality called Raja Rishi. They are both the saintly kings. But here Dhritarashtra is the worst case scenario example, that he does not give up the Grihastha ashrama despite he has been so much sinful activities that he has committed out of envy, out of anger, out of so many reasons. Okay, all material. And he has not left his home. So Srila Prabhupada is also pointing out, it is not just one Dhritarashtra. There was only one Dhritarashtra during Dwapara Yuga. But today in this Kali Yuga, every house has Dhritarashtra. What does that mean? That means nobody leaves their Grihastha ashrama or home in their old age and dedicate themselves in performing pure loving devotional service to Krishna. They stick to their family life till death. The kings were going out by handing over. But today's government or politician or kings or so-called leaders, they don't give up in their old age to the next generation, and they don't quit their job to dedicate for devotional service. Rather, they stick to their post, they stick to their leadership, despite it's a very invalid, and they want to be there till they are either dead or killed by enemy. So they don't want to give up and perform devotional service. Such poor leaders and poor grihasthas are the examples of today. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of mercy, the very same Krishna, has seen that these people cannot follow the Varnashrama. That is why Krishna himself has told in the Bhagavad Gita during Dwapara Yuga, looking at the example of Dhritarashtra, if the king is not following the Varnashrama Dharma, how can others will follow? So Krishna has decided and he has declared to Arjuna, to us through Arjuna, that Sharva Dharman Parityacha Mamekam Sharanam Raja. Give up this nonsensical Varnashrama Dharma or any other Kaitava Dharma, because you cannot follow that anyway. When your king has not followed, who else can follow? So you cannot follow that. So give up Sarva Dharman Parityaja, give up all this Kaitava Dharma and then surrender unto me. Take to devotional service. Surrendering to Krishna means Yato Bhaktir Adokshaje. Okay, that is called surrendering unto Krishna. Have performed devotional service unto the Adokshaja, Ado Akshaja, that one whom you cannot perceive through material senses. So 9 type of devotional service, by performing which you will be able to obtain Krishna. You will be obtained more than your normal goal of life under the Varnashrama Dharma system. So you will be more successful than the followers of the Varnashrama Dharma ever. So that new gate has been opened by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago. And how to perform that? Because people give up the Dharma very easily. And today in Kali Yuga, they have given up. Even Dhritarashtra has given up in the Dwapara Yuga itself. So there is no Varnashrama Dharma sustaining. When there is no Varnashrama Dharma, there is no Brahmanas in the society. Brahmanas are considered head of the society. When the head is not there, what is the value of the body? So it becomes animalistic life. Sarva Dharman Parityaja is done by all. But when will it happen? Mamekam Sharanam Raja. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give us the Bhakti Yoga. Tatra Arpita Niyamita Smaranena Kalaha. Since you have already given up all the Varnashrama Dharma, what can I give you about rules and regulation to follow? So there is no rules, no regulation, no place, no time, no circumstances, no Vyaktigat, nothing. You can chant anytime Kirtaniya Sada Harihi. Always and every time chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the only dharma, and this is Sanatana dharma, because Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mamevamso Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So all the Jiva Bhutas are Sanatana. So you have to become Brahma Bhuta, you have to become, Vaishnavas, you have to become a devotee, performing devotional service unto Krishna, not following this Varna, Ashrama, Dharma, this and that. Your only religion is to surrender to Krishna. Dharmam tu sakshat Bhagavat Pranitham. That is called dharma. So our dharma is to perform 9 devotional service by beginning with 1 devotional service, the chanting the holy name of the Lord. All other devotional services will fall into place because of your association with the pure devotees who are performing the 9 devotional service. And by taking their association, by accepting a bona fide spiritual master, by following in the instructions followed by all the previous acharyas, you will be able to establish yourself onto the platform of pure devotional service, and out of affection and love, you will perform devotional service that will achieve more than what otherwise the human form of life's goal, according to Varnashrama Dharma. So this is a wide eye-opening, wide, easy process has been given to us in this particular Kali Yuga by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu casts his glance anywhere, that person will be forgetting his bodily concept on the spot, and he will get a lot of prema for Krishna, and he will become mad in ecstasy, and he will become so much strength, and he can do anything. He will walk on the leaves of the tree and he will not fall. This is a proven fact. It is not analogy. It is not example. It is not a story. It is not a myth. It is very practice. Even today, this is happening. And as soon as you desire anything, as soon as Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda's glance is there, anything, not even desire, you think that will happen. So yesterday also, one of the realization was that in the parikrama, one of the person, he said his realization, Guru Maharaj repeated his realization in his class also, that that person was, yesterday in the class itself, it happened that Nityananda Prabhu's mercy and all his associates were dancing and walking on the leaves and, uprooting the trees and just playing around like anything, just like blade of grass, they will uproot the trees. So that was the power of the Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. And in that ecstasy, continuously 3 months, no eating, no sleeping, no drinking, no resting, no nothing, only dancing and singing continuously. We are just seeing only 7 days of Bhagavatam hearing and speaking by Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. This is nothing in front of what is this the Nityananda Prabhu's associates have done for 3 continuous months in Bengal, just in this Kali Yuga. Okay, just 500 years ago. And they continuously danced and chanted the holy name in ecstasy. It is impossible to even imagine, but it is very much practical when you are living in the very same body because of Krishna Prem. That is the power of Nityananda Prabhu's glance. That is the power of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. So you can experience the ecstatic thing. At that time, in yesterday's class, it was said that whatever they thought, it happened immediately. And whatever they spoke has happened. And whatever they desire, what to speak of desire, that will automatically happen. And at the same time, yesterday's realization, one of the person said that he was in the parikrama. So when you are in the parikrama, you have the association of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda always. Because Nityananda Prabhu was the first one to take parikrama, Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami represents the Jiva. And Nityananda Prabhu represents the Guru. So he takes the parikrama in the Navadvip Mandal parikrama. So during the parikrama, what happened was one person, he was thinking, oh my God, I should read Srila Prabhupada books. If I get a book, I want to read. And he was just thinking like that. And then someone came and gave him the book. Prabhu, take this. And in this way, on the spot, it happened. And he was so ecstatic. He was so, amazed to experience such thing in his very same life. Oh, this place is not ordinary. As soon as they come, they see the places, the dust on which Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walked and danced and sang, and they witnessed it, and they are on that particular Navadip Mandal, and when they desire, on the spot it has happened. So it is not only written in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, and Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda's associate only experience, but even today our devotees are experiencing the same in this particular Mayapur Dham, Navadip Dham. So this is the purpose of the whole life, to perform devotional service and feel that ecstasy and live in that ecstasy. You will not have any need of bodily requirement. Nothing is needed. Raghunath Das Goswami drank only half cup of buttermilk for his whole life. It is not because he wants to sustain the body. It is because the devotees cannot tolerate if he doesn't take anything. He was fully in ecstasy throughout life, even it's beyond 3 months. Here only 3 months they have displayed their pastime to show us that power of devotional service, power of Guru's glance, power of Guru's mercy, power of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, so much so that you really need nothing and you will remain in uninterrupted bliss and happiness. So that is the purport. So rather than living a life of Dhritarashtra at home, be at home. Griheta ko, vaneta ko, sadahari boleta ko. So in this particular Kali Yuga, Srila Prabhupada said, Srila Guru Maharaj said that you don't need to renounce your household duties as a grihastha and become a vanaprastha or sannyasa. That is not required if and only if you are a devotee. If you are performing Krishna consciousness at home along with your wife, you don't need to give up your grihastha ashrama. You don't need to give up and you become a vanaprastha or sannyasa. Not required. Give up all the varnashrama dharma. Become a devotee directly. Because you have already reached beyond the vanaprastha and sannyasa by sitting at home if you are executing devotional service along with your wife. So this is a very wonderful benediction for all the people of this age. Thank you very much. So that's a purport of this particular verse. Today, Parikrama is ending in Mayapur Dham, and the Maha Milan Mela is starting at 8:15, and Guru Maharaj is going, and all the different parikramas are getting together. More than 30,000 devotees are getting together today in the ground of Mayapur Dham, Sridham Mayapur, our temple ground, and there will be competition of dressing, which Gaurnita is most beautiful. Of each parikrama carries one, each parikrama along with the parikrama one Nitai Gauranga is going, and they are all arriving today morning. And there will be a heavy competition between which Nitai Gauranga stands first in the decoration and everything. So this is a very, very beautiful festival mood is everywhere in this Sridham Mayapur, and you can also witness that through mayapur.tv. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization, please do share with us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
वर्णाश्रम धर्म पद्धति में मनुष्य जीवन का एक अंश पूर्णतया आत्म साक्षात्कार के हेतु तथा मोक्ष प्राप्त करने के लिए सुरक्षित रहता है। तो जीवन का कौन सा अंश है जो सुरक्षित रहता है?
वर्णाश्रम धर्म उन लोगों के लिए बनाया गया जिनको इंद्र तृप्ति, इंद्रियों का तृप्ति के पीछे पड़े हुए हैं। तो उनकी इंद्रिय तृप्ति को प्राप्त करने के उपरांत उस इंद्रियों का तृप्ति हमारा जीवन का लक्ष्य नहीं है। इस बात को समझकर वो अपना इंद्रिय तृप्ति का कार्यों को त्याग कर भगवान के रूप में अपनी मन को लगा के ध्यान करके अपने आप को इस बद्ध जीवन, जो जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि का बद्ध जीव से मुक्त पाने का रास्ता है, इसलिए वर्णाश्रम धर्म बनाया गया। किंतु वो वर्णाश्रम धर्म कामयाब नहीं है। वो क्योंकि धृतराष्ट्र ने साबित किया कि वो उसको पालन नहीं कर पाया। अगर एक एम्परर चक्रवर्ती नहीं कर पाता तो आम जनता तो हर किस नहीं कर पाएगा, क्योंकि यद्यत आश्रय मीन्स जो भी ग्रेट मैन विल परफॉर्म, कॉमन वेल विल फॉलो। जो लीडर्स जो परफॉर्म करते हैं उसे आम जनता जो है उनका फॉलो करता है। इसलिए वो टूट चुका है। इसलिए वो वर्णाश्रम धर्म का लक्ष्य कुछ भी हो उससे हमें कुछ लेन देन नहीं है, क्योंकि वो हम पालन नहीं कर सकते। इसलिए हमारे लिए भक्ति योग का मार्ग दर्शाया गया है।
वो धृतराष्ट्र ब्लाइंड था इसलिए उसे नहीं कर पाया कि या उसका काम ही ऐसे था?
ब्लाइंड तो सभी हैं, जिसको भगवान के बारे में पता नहीं है, अपने आप का स्वयं के बारे में पता नहीं है, जिंदगी का लक्ष्य क्या है, मकसद क्या है, ये नहीं पता है, जानवर की तरह अपना इंद्रिय तृप्ति का पीछे पड़ा रहते हैं, वो सब अंधा ही होते हैं। उनको कहाँ दर्शन है? दर्शन तो तब पाएगा जब एक गुरु मिलेगा। जिस तरह विदुर आया अभी, तभी धृतराष्ट्र को दर्शन मिला। ओ तो मेरा जीवन में मैं बहुत गलतियां किया है, अभी मैं इससे बचने के लिए कोई मार्ग चाहिए। तो दर्शन जो मार्ग का दर्शाया जाता है। आंखों से जो हम चीजों को देखते हैं वो तो ऑलरेडी इल्यूशन है ना, वो सही नहीं है। आप अधोक्षजा, कृष्ण भगवान जो है अधोक्षजा, अपनी इंद्रियों, अपने इस आंख से हम कृष्ण भगवान को नहीं देख सकते, तो इस आंख का क्या फायदा है? आप कैसे बोल सकते मैं ब्लाइंड नहीं हूं? मैं तभी बोल सकता हूं मैं अंधा नहीं हूं जब मैं कृष्ण भगवान को देख पाऊंगा। अगर मैं नहीं देख सकता तो बाकी किसी चीज को देख के मुझे कोई फायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि बाकी किसी चीज में मेरा लाभ नहीं है, मेरा संतुष्ट नहीं है, मेरा लक्ष्य पूरा नहीं हो सकता है। इसलिए कृष्ण भगवान स्वयं जो है इस डीटी यानी विग्रह के रूप में दर्शन दे रहे हैं। आचार्य स्थापित किया हुआ बोनाफाइड जो रूप में दर्शन दे रहे हैं, ताकि इस अंकों को भी हम फायदा उठा सकें। धृतराष्ट्र इतना वो था कि उसका वो भी कामयाब नहीं है।
अच्छा, इसलिए विराट रूप रहने से पहले कृष्ण भगवान जो अर्जुन को वो विषम दिया पहले।
हाँ, इसलिए पूरा दर्शन दिया, और गुरु के जरिए ही दर्शन दिया जा सकता है। और कृष्ण भगवान गुरु का स्थान को प्राप्त किया, अर्जुन अपना शिष्य का जन को प्राप्त किया, तभी उसको सारे दर्शन मिला। तब उन्होंने बोला कि ये सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज। भक्ति योग ही एक ही मात्र मार्ग है जिससे तुम बच सकते हो, जिससे तुम आनंद को प्राप्त कर सकते हो, जिससे तुम ये जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि से पार निकल सकते हो।
ओके ओके ओके, हरि बोल।
हरि बोल। थैंक यू,
धन्यवाद प्रभु,
धन्यवाद। 5 4 3 2 1 0. So thank you very much for the association. Let's assemble back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock after congregationally chanting the holy name of the Lord for continuing Srimad Bhagavatam class. Till then, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
जय
पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय
प्रदित पावन श्रील गुरु महाराज की जय।
जय
भागवत सत्संग की जय।
जय।
एंड एक बात और मैं बताना चाहता हूँ, कल का जो सवाल जवाब के अंदर जो असत्संग त्याग का बारे में मैं बता रहा था कि कार्य जो है करता हम इति मन्यते प्लेटफॉर्म में बैठ करके हम सोचते हैं कि हम ही करता है, लेकिन ये जो करने वाला है वो त्रिगुणा है। एक्चुअली त्रिगुणा भी करने वाला नहीं है, एक्चुअली करता है बहिरंग शक्ति। कृष्ण भगवान का हर शक्ति जो है एक व्यक्तिगत है, और बहिरंग शक्ति है दुर्गा, व्यक्तिगत है, और वो करती है। उसको करने का साधन जो है, उसको अपना कार्य को करने का जो साधन है वो है ये रजोगुण, तमोगुण और सत्वगुण। तो इसे उपयोग करके वो करता है सारे कार्य, जितने भी कर्म हैं। तो जितने भी कर्म है वो बहिरंग शक्ति करता है, ना कि तटस्थ शक्ति। हम लोग तटस्थ शक्ति हैं। सो अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा करता हम इति मन्यते। हम तटस्थ शक्ति में रह करके ये सोचते हैं कि मैं ही करता हूं, मैं ही इस कार्यों को कर रहा हूं, इसका फल मुझे ही चाहिए। ये गलत है, क्योंकि कार्यों को हम नहीं करते हैं, कार्यों को करने वाला है बहिरंग शक्ति। ओके, किसी व्यक्तिगत से ही कार्य किया जा सकता है, किसी गुण से कार्य नहीं किया जा सकता है। गुण जो है व्यक्तिगत का गुण होता है, हर एक का अपना गुण है। तो हम जो है इस रजोगुण तमोगुण को स्वीकार करते हैं, तो वो स्वीकार कहां से करते हैं? व्यक्ति जो है वो बहिरंग शक्ति है। तो इसलिए शक्ति जो है वो है पर्सन्स। जितने भी गुरु अपना कृष्ण भगवान का बहिरंगा, अंतरंगा और तटस्थ 3 प्रकार का शक्ति है। ये ऑल 3 प्रकार का शक्ति जो है ये व्यक्तिगत है, तो ये व्यक्ति है। सो ये व्यक्ति से ये कार्य किया जा सकता है। और यहाँ पर जड़ भौतिक तल के ऊपर हम तटस्थ शक्ति होके होने के उपरांत भी हम कार्य नहीं करते हैं। ये जड़ का जो कार्य करता है वो है बहिरंग शक्ति। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ओके, जो बहिरंग शक्ति जो करता है, जो उसको फल हमको नहीं मिलता, चाहे हम फल चाहिए पूर्ण से भी वो बहिरंग शक्ति को मिलता है, हमको को मिलता हो।
जो करता है उसी को फल मिलेगा ना। तो इसलिए श्री भगवान कृष्ण ने बोला कि कार्य तुम अपने आप को सोचते कि मैं ही करता हूं, फिर भी उसका फल को पाने का अधिकार तुम्हें नहीं है। ये बता रहे हैं ना भगवत गीता में। इसलिए बता रहे हैं कि क्योंकि हम एक्चुअली करता नहीं है। अब मैं ये सोच लूं कि मैं ही करता हूं, इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी कि मैं करता हो जाऊंगा। अगर मैं किसी घर को देखे कि मैं इसका ओनर हूं, सोचने से मैं क्या उसका ओनर बन जाऊंगा? उसी तरह कार्यों को जो करता है उसी को फल प्राप्त होना चाहिए, किंतु हम दूसरे का फल को छीनने के प्रयत्न में लगा रहते हैं, ये सोच कर कि मैं ही कर रहा हूं इसलिए ये मेरा ही फल है। तो हमारा जो कार्य करता, हम क्या करना चाहिए? केवल भक्ति करना चाहिए,
फल नहीं देखना।
उसके अलावा हम कुछ भी करेंगे वो हम नहीं कर रहे हैं। वो हम जो है बिल्कुल माया के अंदर डूबे हुए ये सोचते हैं कि मैं ही कर रहा हूँ।
ओके, हरि
वैष्णव प्रणाम। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। जय प्रेमानंदे।